I'm Dorothy.
And I'm Kathy.
And today we are going to make carrot cake. Woohoo! And now we have our god sissy who is back again, Lauren, to help us bake. And she's the best baker we know.
I'm back. So today, as you guys can see, we're going to be doing carrot cake. We went ahead, we peeled the carrots nice and clean. Today we're going to be doing a quarantine edition. Normally we would want a couple extra ingredients, but since it's quarantine and going to the store is a little bit tough, we want to show you guys a version that you can do at home with the ingredients that you already have. So here we go.
Yay! Yay! Okay, now we have finally peeled our carrots, and then we're going to grate them on this cheese grater. And we need about 3 cups, so we're gonna use the smaller one to make it more fine, and so it'll be more moist.
This is important to use the smaller one. As you guys can see, check out the grate. It's gonna be juicier carrots, a smaller grate. If you use the large one like this, you're gonna get big chunks like that, and you're gonna be eating your cake and bite into a little salad piece, and that's not what we want.
Yeah. Oh, good to know. All right. So let's start some more.
This is a really good arm workout too. If you want to add some lunges, you can do a total body.
No, I'm good with grating the carrots right now. I'm just ready to eat the cake. And tip, you can actually use it like this too and grate the carrot if you want. Faster this way. Okay, so now we finally grated all of the carrots. It's 3 cups, and this is exactly what it should look like.
Perfect.
Nice and fine. Look at that. It's gonna be juicy.
And then this one we can set aside because this will be the last step that we do. So we'll put it up here.
And then we're gonna take out 2 clean bowls. We need one for the dry ingredients and then one for the wet.
Perfect. Then the reason that's important is the chemistry of baking, blah, blah. Once you put baking soda, it's gonna start rising. So we'll put all the wet ingredients in here. We'll do 2 cups of sugar.
All right.
Ooh, it's a party now.
I'm too excited. I'm just gonna eat the cake.
It's time to eat that cake. We'll do 2 cups of sugar.
Oh.
Perfect. We're using just white sugar. We're going to be using the same sugar to make our frosting. Usually we want powdered sugar, but like we said, we're doing the best with what we have, so we're going to use our same white sugar. 2 cups, and then we're going to do 1 1/4 cup of this oil. We usually want to use vegetable oil, but again, we only had canola. Canola is a fine substitute. If you don't have that, you can use olive oil if you have to, but just know anything other than vegetable or canola is going to make the cake really dense. But hey, some people, you know, like it thick. So we'll do 1 1/4 cup of this oil.
And this one?
In the wet stuff. Perfect. Then we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of this. So 1 1/4. I think we could just eyeball it, unless we have the cup.
It's over there.
Perfect.
All right.
2 teaspoons of vanilla.
Oh, now how about 2?
2. 1, 2. And then we're going to crack our 4 eggs and just cream this all together. Get it nice and creamy.
Nice. Okay.
Perfect. Perfect. So now we're going to go ahead. We're going to crack the 4 eggs into our wet mixture and mix it all together nice and creamy so it looks really smooth. We're just going to break down the sugar, turn it into a nice little creamy mixture. Beautiful. Make sure there's no eggshells in there, or it's gonna be a crunchy cake.
Oh yeah, I'm making sure, double checking.
Yum.
All right, 4 eggs are cracked.
Perfect. We're gonna go ahead and whip that one together, and then Kat will go ahead and work on the dry ingredients.
All right, and we have the dry ingredients out here, and Lauren will tell me how.
We'll do 2 cups of flour.
All All right.
And then normally when baking cake, you're always gonna need baking powder and baking soda, but like we said, we didn't have everything. So if you don't have baking soda, you can use baking powder to substitute. It just takes twice as much and it's not quite ideal, but we know it's gonna taste great no matter what. Yum.
All right, so I'm whipping the wet ingredients together. All right,
Yum.
So 1 cup.
Yep. 2 cups of flour.
Right.
Let's see. I see the salt. I forgot the salt. I'm gonna go grab it.
I'm over here whipping hard.
We'll do 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Perfect. Now can you guys see here the oil is still on the outside of the mixture? We're going to want to whip it till it's all I don't want to say congealed, it's not like a nice word. So it's all mixed evenly and there's no oil ring around it. Just an even mixture, nice and creamy. Ooh, it looks great.
Let me pick up my speed then. All right.
Oh no, take your time. We ain't going nowhere. We got nowhere to go. Okay, we'll do that and we'll go ahead, we'll do half a teaspoon of that salt. And then the baking powder is where it's gonna get a little much. Perfect. Nice. Okay. That's looking really good. Okay, great.
Okay. And
so yeah, for the normal recipe that you guys will see in the link, it'll be 2 teaspoons baking soda, 2 teaspoons baking powder. We don't have the soda. So the substitute for that, like we said, is twice the amount of baking powder. 4 tablespoons plus 2. We're gonna use 6 teaspoons of that baking powder.
Okay.
Go for it, Kat. It's gonna feel like a lot, but you really do want that cake to get a little bit of rise and a little bit of fluff, or you're gonna get a nice dense pancake.
Yeah, you gotta listen to this baking expert. She knows what she's talking about.
3, 4. If you have a sifter and you want to sift the flour mixture, you can go ahead and sift it. Here, we don't, because a carrot cake is already a bit of a dense cake. We just mix it with a fork to make sure that the baking powder is nice and mixed. But you can sift it if you want to. It's not necessary for this one, but you definitely can.
All right. Look at my whipped concoction. It doesn't have the ring around it anymore.
Great.
Right.
Perfect.
All right. And then the dry.
We'll go ahead and we'll mix that, maybe using a fork, just to get it nice and mixed in. Perfect. Awesome. We don't want any clumps of baking powder. That's when you guys bite into a cupcake or a cake and you get that little bite that tastes not right. That's when you don't mix it properly. We don't do that here, but I'm sure you've had it happen before.
Yeah. That cinnamon smells really good. I know. All right, so it's all mixed.
Perfect. Great. Now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get the chopped nuts. We got walnuts. You can use walnuts, pecans, whatever you like. We had walnuts, so we're gonna chop these a little bit to the size to your liking, and we'll add in the carrots, and we're pretty much done at this point. Great.
Yay. Cool. Okay, so now I have chopped the walnuts. It's a 1 cup of walnuts, and here it should look like this. Nice and small. Okay. Let's measure 1 cup.
Perfect. And then Kat is going to go ahead and show you guys. We're going to put the dry mixture into the wet mixture, but we don't want to dump it in there and get a bunch of clumps. So we're going to do it about a third at a time. We'll pour a third of it in there, whisk it nice and smooth, and then just go from there. That looks great. So we'll do about a third, whisk it, a third, whisk it. Yeah, baking takes a lot of patience. If you dump it in there, you're just going to get a big clumpy mess.
Feel ya. Maybe we should put the walnuts later.
Yeah, walnuts last. So we'll do dry mixture, we'll do our carrots that we put aside, and then walnuts last, and bake it. We'll bake it in our oven that we preheated to 350, which I forgot to say in the beginning, but hopefully you read the directions before you got to this point. If not,
all right,
pop that oven to 350 right now and just wait a couple minutes for it to heat up. Perfect. Ooh, it smells so good.
Yeah, it does.
Yum. Then after this, we'll show you guys how we do our quarantine cream cheese frosting. Yum.
Yummy. Good job, mix it. Yeah, it looks so good. Your arms are gonna be so buff after this. It's already buff. Dang, okay, my bad.
Perfect. We'll do that. Looks great. Awesome. Yeah, go for it.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yay. Oh, you got it on the side. Where? You're good. Of course.
Yum.
Silly. Ooh, it looks thicker. Yeah, thicken it up. Still smell that cinnamon. It smells so good. You guys are gonna love this cake. We had it the first time Lauren made it, and we can't stop dreaming about it. So here we are, making it again for you guys to see.
Perfect. That looks great. Then we'll go ahead. We'll stir in our carrots. Carrots, we can go for it. Yeah, so you can see the batter's pretty thick. Once you put in the carrots, because of all the moisture content, the batter's gonna get a lot thinner, significantly thinner. Don't worry about that. Just do your thing. Go for that. And then the last thing that we'll do is just dump those walnuts and give it a quick toss.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but the batter's getting a lot thinner, more moist, because we did that fine grate on the carrots. Not that carrot salad slaw like we showed y'all. Yum.
All right.
That is
good.
A wet, moist
Dump
batter.
it in.
Go for it.
Just dump it all in. Just like that.
Yum. And like we said again, you can use any nut, whatever nut you have at home. Pecans, walnuts, honestly almonds. I don't know why people don't do more almonds, but whatever you have on hand is great. I made this the other day and I picked the nuts out of trail mix that I had at home. It was a super quarantine edition. I had to separate the nuts out of the raisins and everything.
Look at this.
Perfect. That looks great. We'll go ahead, we'll put ours in a 9x13 pan that we're gonna grease. If you wanna do 2 cake rounds, you can do 2 cake rounds, but we wanted like a rustic, cute rectangle cake for the birthday that we're having today. So I'll go ahead, I'll spray this away from the flowers. You just want a nice even coat. I'll show you guys, you want a nice even coat and you wanna make sure that you hit all sides of the pan too. I just didn't wanna spray the camera.
Alright,
go ahead. Yeah, we'll pop it in. Then we'll pop it in our oven at 350 for 40 to 50 minutes. I check mine after 40 minutes. Usually goes in for about 45. And then your whole house is gonna smell awesome for your work at home, shelter in place. Your house is gonna be delicious. The neighbors are gonna be asking to come over and break that quarantine for this cake, okay?
Yeah.
I'm wildin'.
All right.
Yum. Ooh, it looks juicy. We'll put that in, and then we'll go ahead and we'll make our frosting.
All right, so the final product before you bake it. And this is what we're gonna do, put it in the oven. Yum.
Awesome, cake's in the oven. Now we're gonna show you guys how we do our frosting. This is an adapted version of the recipe that you'll see in the link or the common recipe. We like ours a little healthier and a little bit less sweet. We'll use 8 ounces of cream cheese and room temperature. And this is 6 tablespoons of butter. Instead of whole stick, we cut off a little bit of the butter. We'll go ahead and put those in the bowl. For sugar, we don't like ours too sweet. We like it to taste a little bit more cream cheesy. So we have just very little sugar. We only have a 1/4 cup. So we'll go ahead, we'll put this 1/4 cup of sugar in there too. Like we said before, you normally use powdered sugar, but quarantine version, we're using just the regular sugar.
And I'm sure it'll taste really good.
Tastes so good. Yeah,
So
we'll put in whole cream cheese, and we'll do 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
Alright, you like that vanilla. There we go, squeezing it out.
Perfect, we'll just open it up and pop it in there. Do you need a fork?
Yes. There we go.
And then there's no worries if you don't have a fancy mixer or a handheld mixer or any kind of equipment. I love to bake. I don't have any equipment. I really use just a fork, and I'm going to show you guys how I make it. So if you check it out, it's probably weird to mix it like that. I go ahead and I just mash it. So when I make frosting, I mash it, and I mash it up towards the top of the bowl, and I just do it like that. And the reason that you do that is you want to mix all the butter and the cream cheese together. You don't want to be eating it and get a big bite of butter. It's not good.
That's good to know. Very helpful
tip. So this is the way I do it, and I mash it. I just mash it all the way up like that.
See, so you really don't even need
don't need any fancy equipment.
All right.
In case of my fingers, I'm gonna wash it.
Yeah. All you need is all your muscles, huh?
Yeah. That and a fork.
Good to know.
Perfect. So we're just gonna keep mashing it like that, and then when you're done, I have a little mini version that we're doing in our test kitchen of what it looks like. We're just gonna mix it to make sure all that butter and that cream cheese is mixed, and that's pretty much it. Then we're gonna frost the cake when it comes out.
Yeah. All right, so now we did this, and then we smoothed it all out. It looks like this. We're gonna put it in the fridge for chilling, and then we're gonna frost the cake later. Ooh, yummy. Good job, girls or ladies.
It already smells really good in here.
We're frosting the cake. Okay, now that we have our final product, the carrot cake with our cream cheese frosting. We made our mom's favorite carrot cake for her birthday.
Yeah.
Doesn't she look so beautiful and young? Yep, just like us.
Thank you.
We got it from our mama. Yeah. All right. Lauren, can you cut us a piece, please, for Mom to try? She's going to tell us how it is. Well, we put some walnuts in there for you. Your favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy?
Yes.
Okay, plate.
You guys are thoughtful.
Here we go.
Wow.
Look at this. Slice inside. Mom, try it.
Thank you.
All homemade. What do you think?
Looks good.
Woohoo!
Mmm.
Birthday girl, happy! We did it, guys! Alright, so if you like this video, click and subscribe below. Alright, cheers! Happy birthday, Mama!
Happy birthday!